Previously on T-Man 978.
But the waist on this figure, comically loose. So, I mean, it can stay, but if you do a forcible spin like I just did, you can make it spin like a helicopter.
T-Man 978 Chill Review.
Hello everyone, T-Man 978. Right now we're going to be taking a look at AstroBots Hyperion. AstroBots is a toy line by Toy Notch and apparently Toy Forge. This is a toy line that has its own lore and whatnot if you actually look it up. But for me, I just like them, so I bought them, and they are fitting in with any of my 6-inch action figures whenever I want to for pictures. To answer a question D Amazing had in his video, where he didn't know what line or what size scale to put this with, it says 1/12 scale right there. No, I'm not coming for him. I love the Amazing. But here's this, and I'll zoom in on that so you can see his actual backstory right here. Here's this, and it does actually have barcodes and warnings and all that. Ages 15 and up. Before I forget, this guy uses AG2 batteries, and it lights up these lights right there, and I believe the eyes. Hi. At this point, I'm going to let y'all know that I'm not putting the batteries in there because I don't have any batteries. So at the beginning of the next video I do, I'll show what the light effects look like. I ordered on Amazon, and they should be delivered today, which will be tomorrow when you watch the video. Thank you for watching me. And while I'm thinking about it as well, it looks black, of course, just like Runabout is supposed to be, but it's more of a brown. It's a different shade of brown, but definitely when you see it in person, it's like a really dark brown. A lot of action figures seem to be really, really dark brown when you actually look at them. Like, there's a lot of Transformers like that. Only figure that I have that I can see that's like actually black is this one right here. Like, that plastic is definitely black, but there's a lot of figures out there that look black at first glance, so when you're not fully paying attention to it. But yeah, I'm gonna be repeating myself. I'm shutting up right now. Anyway, this is a very nice figure. When I saw it, I was like, I am in love and I need this thing. Right now, I'm having him just in a basic stance with his legs being all digitigrade. That is very hard for me to say. And even though I saw this in The Amazing's review, like he's the only person who has a review on YouTube at the time of recording right now. Everybody else just has a slideshow of pictures, promo pictures. He showed that this thing has the digitigrade legs, but I could not. The joint was so hidden, I just bent it by accident and smashed my finger up under there. So yeah, the joints are tight. If you've seen his review, he had the same experience. But if you zoom in, there is markings all over this guy, and he's full of detail. Like, there's caution marks down there. It's paint in various spots, and it's just like Apollo and Argus, where every one of these parts, the whole entire body, is symmetrical. So even though this is his right leg, this is exactly the same leg. This hip right here is his right hip, but that's the same hip joint because the screw is on this side. The arms are the same, even if it has like things like, see how this design is right there? That's actually just a snap-on part. So this guy is very much modular, and whenever they want to make another mold or another figure with this mold, they can just change out the parts without doing a bunch of extensive retooling, which they already did because they have another figure that has drill arms, and I think it has a drill hand and like a little grapple hand. But anyway, let's start getting into this dude. The head is on a ball joint at the base. Like there's a ball joint down there, and then it has a ball joint at the top. So it can rock at the base, and it's looking up using that ball at the top, and that's a very high ability to look up right there. These arms, they stretch out right here, and here's that situation again where there's no screw right there, but there's a screw visible right there, and the screw is on the bottom right there because there's the same joint. This is the one instance where that situation bugs me because I wish the screw wasn't visible. But that comes out, it rocks forward and back. The arm I have bent this way, but that can come out there. And did I mention these joints are tight? Yes, I did. That swivels there. It's double jointed. The wrist has this detail when you move the wrist. It has these fingers that have 1, 2, 3, 4 joints on each finger. So they're all capable of splaying out at the base knuckle. They bend at the base knuckle, and then there's 2 more hinges in the individual finger. The thumb is on a ball joint, so it can swivel around and get what you need as far as grabbing stuff, and it bends there in 2 places. It also has this clip-on point, so I guess if they had weapons, it would be able to clip into the hand, but this guy comes with just himself. It comes in and out only that much. Unfortunately, I do wish it was more. But yeah, we got that going on. This right here, it has the pull-out floating ball joint or butterfly joint. That is crazy range right there. It is way better than their Apollo that I have. I'm going to bring out later. It actually crunches and a bit right there. It has a swivel right here. It has that, so it can actually go up more than 90. There's bicep swivel, double jointed elbow that crunches all the way in. And these hands actually do more range. Like they can actually get completely flat that way. They can come in a lot this way, almost flat. And these fingers are the exact same, but smaller. So they have the ball joint at the base, and they can all splay out and have all the same amount of knuckles. So that is awesome with those hands. There's a ball joint at the top, so you can get that range right there. And then there's an actual ab crunch hinge that rocks forward and rocks back. But with this piece right here, which is modular, luckily, it can pop off. It can actually bend back even more. So if you want to, you could just take that off, since it hinders articulation, and just keep it off. These flaps go up individually, but of course they would be even a little bit more hindered with this in the way. Let's show you with this in the way. Yeah, it stops there. We got this, we got this, and we got these that come up. This part is modular. It can come off if you do the wrong things, but the legs go out completely more than 90 degrees. They come up 90, they go back to there. You got the swivel right there that's tight. This joint is crazy tight. Right, but that comes back a lot. We got this joint right here that rocks forward, and you can, if you want to, and I'm gonna do this or try not to hurt myself, you can rock it all the way back. Like this piece is modular and comes off, it sits into that little divot. Now let's straighten up this leg. Then we got these things right here, which are modular. and this one came off on me. But they rock forward and back, both of them separately. And this right here, the heel can collapse, it can extend depending on how you have the arms. There's a joint right here at the top, and there's a joint right here. So we can collapse that to get the foot back more, and we can rock it forward. Then there's a hinge right here, and then the toes are individually hinged, sorry. And it has ankle pivot. So that is great. This thing has crazy articulation. And that was a lot to show off with just the articulation. I didn't even need to show accessories for this video to be long and crazy. Alright, here he is next to Apollo and Athenia. They are also AstroBots. I have a review for this guy with Argus that I did years ago. And Mike, Junkie on Crafts and Builds, let me hold her to review, and I have done absolutely nothing. But now I have more inspiration to do that. So maybe that will be tomorrow's video, or maybe I should just film that after I film this, or maybe it's 10 o'clock and I should go to sleep like this thing is doing right here in my watch. But yeah, that's how tall they are. Here he is next to a tall starting lineup figure, a female Cobra agent, and a Marvel Legends figure right there. And much like The Amazing was trying to show off, these things could be whatever scale you want. It says 1/12 on the box, but you don't actually have to go with the fiction that this thing is made after. You could say that this is some type of giant robot from a different planet, or maybe it's a mech controlled by a human, and to combat Transformers that are Carbot size right here. Marvel Legends Build-A-Figure Hulk, who I didn't realize was this big, and who this guy reminds me of, War Machine. So like I said, you could pretend that this is some type of human in a suit or whatever. Maybe that is one of War Machine's suits if you want to, but that's how that looks. Now the head isn't as big as this helmet, but this is the retro style, so they have a big head anyway. Here's my Joy Toy mech and the 1/25th scale pilot. I could keep going on, but I think I'm gonna stop here. But basic bottom line, I like it. One thing I should note on my figure, as far as anything that's annoying QC wise, I noticed that these hold on. This joint that holds the fingers together slides off, and it's happened to me multiple times. So that has been frustrating. I mean, it goes right back in, and technically, if I want to, I could put some glue on there to make sure that this little piece stays in place and keeps the fingers on there. If it keeps doing that and getting on my nerves, I will do that. Same thing goes for this panel right there. I could do that, but I don't know if they're going to come out with something later that's modular that I would want to connect to his body later, but I don't know. Before I go, here are some sample poses. Like, it's crazy poseable. Like, only thing gets in the way of these side skirts, but they get out of the way as much as they can. And here's this picture I took of him holding the Cobra agents. Here's this. I started with this with him in like a dormant arm situation right there. Like where he doesn't need to use those big arms, so they're just put up. Or maybe you could even do something like this where you have the arms up. Well, yeah, the possibilities are endless because this thing is crazy poseable. This might be my figure of the year. You'll stay tuned to my Instagram. I'm probably going to have multiple pictures of this thing at some point throughout the year and just ongoing because I like moving around the arms and posing it. It is very cool to have these 4 arms and these giant big arms with crazy posable hands. That is awesome, and that's why I wanted it. And yeah, I'm probably gonna glue this. But anyway, I got this guy from Toy Dojo, so check out Toy Dojo if they still have them in stock. I'll put a link in the description. Until next time, T-Man978 out of here.
Figure action. That one's me.
Join the Syndicate Toy Hunters Facebook group. Link in the description.
Click the videos. Click the videos, baby. Click the videos. You should really click these videos. Click the videos. Click those videos, baby. Click the videos. You really should click those videos. Click the